So, Chris, you've often said that there are only 3 reasons why you should buy life insurance. What are they?
I've probably thought about this 100,000 times over the last 12 years that I've been in this crazy business, and I've boiled it down to 3 reasons why people should own life insurance. And the first is probably the most obvious. It's for family protection. So if you died prematurely, would you have enough money for your kids to go to college? I mean, that's clear and obvious reason that most people buy life insurance. But it's also family protection for families that have greater wealth. So let's say you own a public shopping center, and let's say there's a global pandemic when you die, and it's not a good time to sell your shopping center, and the government wants their estate tax, and it's due 9 months after you die, and let's say the government wants $1 million, and you don't want to sell the shopping center because you'd take a loss. Well, if you have life insurance, it's part of your estate plan. That's protecting your family. It's providing estate liquidity, and that's a real good reason to own it. So
I think that's a great example. I mean, that's
Thank you.
really, and if you're not thinking about it in advance, then when you die, there's not much you can do about it.
What if you have 3 kids? And let's say you own a sheet metal manufacturing company, and let's say Junior's in the business, and Sissy could care less. And I guess you had 3 kids. So Bubba, and Bubba's the only one that really wants to work there.
Right.
And, I've never met anybody who died with too much liquidity. So that's why you buy life insurance for family protection. It's not just to make sure they go to college. It's to make sure that your estate gets distributed in either a fair or it doesn't necessarily have to be equal. So there's a big difference between fair and equal. Yeah. So if you own a business and you're going to let Sissy inherit it and Bubba doesn't work there, so maybe it's not fair. Maybe it's not equal that Sissy gets the business and Bubba gets the life insurance, but at least it's fair. So did I say that right?
Well, I think it's what you think before you die, as you've planned it with an expert, what you want to do, and it's writing it down, and it's protecting your assets.
And it's all based on what you just said. It's what you want to do. There's no rules. We're not living in 16th century Europe where it says the firstborn male gets the estate.
Right.
You get to decide what you do. So the first of the 3 reasons to buy life insurance is for family protection.
Okay.
And if it's a wealthy family, you could expand that to say estate liquidity, because I guarantee nobody has ever died with too much liquidity in their estate.
And I think that in the time that we've been doing this, you keep pointing out how life insurance policies can protect estates and trusts and for the wealthy.
Yeah, there's where you're going with that is there, and that's the curse of the advisor, is we think we know what you're going to ask. And in this case, I think I am, but it's not a good habit to interrupt your client when they're asking you a question. But when you're talking about estate liquidity, it's I forgot what you were going to say now. So,
I was just saying that the point I was trying to make was that that it seems like having life insurance can help protect your estate for your children that you're leaving to your children. The plan, is it called the plan?
Well, yeah, the estate plan and how it's owned. But the reason that life insurance can protect your estate, that can protect your family, it can keep your family from total destruction. Can you imagine if you were your parents died, or the last of your parents died, and you inherited $50 million and you weren't prepared for that? How do you avoid totally destroying your family without having some kind of a plan in place and a structure for them to understand it? So what makes life insurance so good in that situation are the unique asset characteristics that other assets don't have, other investments, other assets don't have. So,
and it's complicated. It's not easy. That's why you need an expert like yourself.
Thank you. So the